is A Touch of Darkness, and it is by Scarlett St. Clair, and it blew me away. I was totally surprised. I did not expect to give this 4.5 stars, but once I started reading it, I couldn't put it down. It's a little over 300 pages. The first book, this one, you should read it. You should absolutely read it, especially if you love fantasy. Okay, it makes I'm never going to say her name right, but Persephone makes Persephone. I don't know. I had problems reading it too because I didn't know how to pronounce her name right. So, anyways, it makes Persephone and Hades actually more real, but especially her. It really makes her more of a realistic person or character to you. Like you feel like you could actually sit down to lunch and be a girlfriend to her in this book because it really makes her seem realistic. She's trying to fit into the human world. She's going to college right now, and she's trying to blend in, and so she's disguising herself. But she's disguising herself with her mother's magic because she doesn't think that she has any magic. Her mother's led her to believe she has no magic. And anytime she steps out of line, Mom shows up and threatens to whisk her away to a greenhouse and hide her and lock her up there for the rest of her life, which, being a goddess, would be a very, very long time. She goes to a club owned by Hades. She has a little bit of intrigue wanting to meet him and accidentally finds herself making a deal with him, but she didn't intend to make a deal with him. She was kind of just flirting, and it was an innocent flirt. And honestly, I'm still kind of confused how she made a deal with him because, I didn't see that coming either. It's a little bit of a stretch on that one. But she was being flirty. She was flirting with him and all of that good stuff. And winds up in a deal with Hades. And so she has 6 months to fulfill her end of the bargain, or she has to stay in his realm for the rest of her life. She doesn't tell her mother this, and it's got heat. It brings the plot is pretty good. The characters are likable. They're realistic. It tells the story. It tells the story in a very believable fashion. It's the beginning of their romance and their love story, so it's the first in a series. Now, the things that I didn't like was she never told her mom about the deal with him until her mom catches onto it herself. And then Mom was going to whisk her away to the greenhouse. That whole thing kind of messed me up a little bit. Like, if your mom was a goddess, I think you'd be telling her about this, right? Like, you'd kind of go to her for help, especially because at the beginning she really didn't like him and wasn't in love with him, and she really wanted out of it. But she never kind of went to her mom. The other thing that was kind of annoying about her is she had a FAFO about everything. And it's there was sometimes I was questioning, are you really thinking this through? Is this really your thought process? There's a situation that another character gets her off into, and I'm like, did you think about that before you just did it, or did you just get emotional and do it? She just acts with her emotions. But again, she's a young girl and her young goddess in her early 20s, and I guess at that age we all kind of were a little bit emotional, so that I guess I can kind of logic it out that way. A lot of sexual tension all throughout the book, and then when they finally do physically connect, it brings a lot of heat in every connection. They could just have a kiss and it would bring a lot of heat. So I'd give it 5 on a scale of 1 to 5. I'd give it a 5 on a heat rating. It's definitely going to have moments. Don't listen to it on audio with anybody around that would make you go, because there's going to be moments. What I don't like is I don't like repetitive. Had I known more about the series, I saw someone in another review say what they did is they read book 1 and book 2 side by side. So book 2 in the series is going to be a retelling of book 1, but it's going to be from Hades' point of view instead of hers. And then I think that the last book is supposed to be, which that last book is book 7, but it's supposed to be both of their viewpoints throughout the whole story instead of 2 separate books. So anyways, definitely pick this up, read it, and I will read book 2 and let you know what I think of it eventually. I mean, I've got a long TBR, and I just randomly pick what I'm going to read. So